Most people don't fear the Dajjal because they know too much. They fear him because they know too little. I was one of them. Whenever the topic came up, I'd shut it down immediately. Not out of disbelief, but discomfort. A silent fear that I couldn't explain. So I chose distance. I thought avoiding the subject would somehow keep me safe. But Islam never taught us to survive through avoidance. It taught us to survive through clarity. Before we go further, a quick reminder. Most people watching right now aren't subscribed, and even fewer receive notifications. If reminders like this benefit you, subscribe and turn on the bell. Now let's talk about something that actually matters. Why is it that the mention of the Dajjal creates panic instead of purpose? Why does a trial mentioned by every prophet feel like a horror story instead of a roadmap? The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, did not repeatedly warn us about the Dajjal to frighten us. He warned us because this fitnah attacks the core of Iman. In Sahih Muslim, Book 41, Hadith 75, the Prophet, peace be upon him, said that there is no trial greater than the trial of the Dajjal from the time of Adam until the day of judgment. That single statement changes everything. This means the danger of the Dajjal is not physical destruction, it is spiritual confusion. That's why the Prophet, peace be upon him, would seek protection from this fitnah after every salah. He taught us to say, "O Allah, I seek refuge in you from the punishment of the grave, from the punishment of hellfire, from the trials of life and death, and from the evil of the trial of the false Messiah." 5 daily prayers, every single day. That tells us something important. This trial is not sudden. It builds slowly inside the heart. According to Sahih Muslim, Book 41, Hadith 7023, the Dajjal will claim divinity. He will display extraordinary abilities. He will command rain, and rain will fall. He will command the earth, and it will produce crops. This is where the test becomes unbearable. Imagine this. You're struggling, your family is hungry, your future feels uncertain, and the people who follow him are thriving. At that moment, the question isn't, is he powerful? The question is, am I willing to hold on to the truth when reality pressures me to let go? That is the real fitnah. But Allah never tests without preparation. Every prophet, from Nuh alayhi salam to Isa alayhi salam, warned their people about the Dajjal, because within the warning lies the protection. In Sahih Muslim, Book 41, Hadith 723, the Prophet, peace be upon him, said that the word kafir will be written between the eyes of the Dajjal, and every believer will be able to read it, literate or illiterate. This is not about eyesight. It's about spiritual alignment. A heart connected to Allah sees what eyes alone cannot, but a disconnected heart can stare directly at the truth and still miss it. The Prophet, peace be upon him, further informed us in Sahih Muslim, Book 41, Hadith 7347, that 70,000 Jews of Isfahan will follow the Dajjal, and in Ibn Majah, it is mentioned that many of his followers will be people lacking solid grounding in authentic Islamic knowledge, not because they are wicked, but because their Iman was inherited, not built. Dajjal is not the main danger. The real danger is our weak Iman. So ask yourself honestly, if my beliefs were tested today, would they stand? The Prophet, peace be upon him, didn't leave us without tools. In Sahih Muslim, Book 4, Hadith 1768, our Prophet said that whoever memorizes the first 10 verses of Surah Al-Kahf will be protected from the Dajjal. Not because the verses are magic, but because Surah Al-Kahf trains the mind and heart. It addresses 4 tests: faith, wealth, knowledge, and power. Exactly the tools the Dajjal will use. Reciting and reflecting on it every Friday conditions your heart to resist deception. One narration in Sahih Muslim, Book 41, Hadith 705, is that a young man confronts the Dajjal. He is killed, then brought back to life, and instead of doubt, his certainty increases. He says, "By Allah, now I am more certain than ever that you are the Dajjal." That level of faith isn't accidental. It is the result of years of sincerity, struggle, and submission. Finally, the Prophet, peace be upon him, said that whoever hears about the Dajjal should stay far from him. Distance protects, knowledge protects, but the strongest protection is a heart that keeps returning to Allah. The Dajjal will come. That is not speculation, it is prophecy. But Allah does not burden the soul beyond its capacity. If this test exists, then the strength to pass it already exists within you. The real question is not, will the Dajjal come? The question is, what kind of heart will he meet?